I was just thinking about the moment back in the day when for the first time I got an Ncell SIM card. This is like way back. I'm talking about like when the color was red.
15 years ago, not hundreds of years ago,
And now, obviously, at that moment, it was all about having a conversation with a friend, like especially in the evenings, And I still remember there's so many different packages where you could go out and talk to friends for hours and hours and didn't have to worry about the X amount of money that you're going to spend.
Sounds like a girlfriend you're talking about.
Exactly. And now,
3 nights.
There you go. There were like specific packages. I was just thinking about it this morning, and now it's all about having a conversation online. It's just about data, at least for me.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
Yeah. And I don't know if the new generation spends hours on the phone talking to each other
anymore.
They might be chatting. They might be in different apps, sending voicemails, sending selfies. It's just different. Unfortunately, I have to admit that you and me most probably are old, despite still being young. But the new generation behavior is so different. So business has this challenge to move from our generation to the future and see and foresee and address it before demand will become and will be addressed by others. So that makes us come up with different plans, come up with different solutions. So we address those needs because those needs didn't change. People want to talk, people want to communicate, but how they communicate, is it through voice, is it through other means, is the question that is changed. I mean, the answer is changing every 5 years. Yeah. This is the beauty about the industry and consumer business, because your consumer and his own preferences are changing. So you have to be agile, and being a businessman, you have to really read it in advance before that thing is happening in the market.
Yeah. This is such an interesting thing. I was watching a documentary on America's Cup. For over 100 years, it was the U.S. that was winning the America's Cup. And then the Australians come in and they win it. And there's a specific moment in this documentary when one of the skipper of the team mentions that you have to read the wind
before
it blows.
Yeah, I watched it. It's beautiful.
You know what I'm talking about,
right? It's beautiful. But yeah.
Watching the trend of technology, if I'm not mistaken, if I can put it in this way, watching the trend of technology even before the technology is probably produced or in the process of producing. Yeah. Is it somewhere along that line?
It does. It is. First of all, in anything, even in your business, you have to know what your customers want before even they realize they want it. That's the production and following the customers, production of content and following the customer. It's not any different from anyone starting from mom and pop shop, right? But coming back to this documentary, one of the biggest lessons that is actually coming from it, you will be challenged. And before you're challenged, you have to challenge yourself. And sometimes becoming a champion it's only the first step. Being there for a long period of time and proving that you're better and better is a bigger challenge to face. And not many companies actually can do it. Because I don't know, it's like they're either feeling comfortable or they're feeling confident, and then that self-confidence actually puts a bit of relaxation in the processes. And that thing, as soon as you're in comfort zone, somebody's sweating more than you're gone. So, you have to work, you have to challenge, you have to disrupt yourself, and you have to push yourself to be out of comfort zone, being individual, being a business. It doesn't really matter. That's at least what I believe, based on my own life and lessons I've learned that, and I don't know, maybe it's a personal mentality, but as soon as I feel that things are too good, I'm becoming nervous, realizing that most probably somebody's sweating more than I do. Somebody's working more than I do. And here you go. Australian guy will come.
Yeah, the underdogs. Australia too is going to come from God knows where with a fantastic boat.
But it was the technology as well.
Yeah, it was
your skills, your ability to read the future, plus the technology, because their boat was
ahead of time. That wing that they put in there.
Yeah. So it's a combination. It can be that you're the best in your skills, and you have to be perfect across the board.
तपाईले हाम्रो क्लिप एकदमै एन्जोय गर्नुभयो होला अब पुरै भिडियो हेर्नको लागि चाहिँ युट्युबमा सब्स्क्राइब गर्न नबिर्सिनु होला This program is brought to you by VEON Studios